I would just say more so playing the situation game-like, as game-like as possible. Like first and second downs, try not to take a sack. If it's not there, throw the ball away. Work on the second play. Never know, I might be lucky enough to break a sack one time and keep my eyes downfield and let those guys work. But other than that, always just trying to make it as game-like as possible.
And do you, like, just even in terms of a leadership role, how have you seen yourself evolve or change, do more of that?
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's a standard that we set on the offensive side and I'm the one that's got to uphold the standard. And that's if guys are false starting, the next guy up, stuff like that. And even for me, it's like holding myself accountable. If I mess up, I'll look to Zach. I'll look to guys like that to hold me accountable too. But I mean, that's just holding leadership-wise, like not letting nobody fall underneath the standard.
And do you do that like right away, going off leadership? Like sometimes there's a bad rep, bad series on offense. You'll go to a receiver, or even like I've seen like assistant coach Ingram or something, and I'm assuming you're correcting or tweaking something. Like, do you feel like your voice as a leader has a lot more weight now than it did a year ago today, like training camp last year?
I don't know. I just think you got to probably ask my teammates about that. But I would say for me, it's more so like if I see something, like go out there and communicate instead of trying to hold back and hopefully somebody understands what I'm thinking. But more so was just like for me, just really going out there and speaking. If I wanted a guy to run a certain route like this, have him go and tell him this is what I see, or talk to Cliff, talk to Vita, talk to Brian, talk to Blau, people like that.
What's it been like to work with Laramie?
Oh, it's been awesome. I love him. So I just think that's the only thing I can say. I love LT.
Jayden, with you and Debo, it looks like you guys have been kind of doing this for a while together. And you talked about the chemistry the other day. How is that going? What, over even just this first week or so of camp, have you noticed that you guys have already kind of elevated a little bit?
It's only been a week of camp. It's only been a week of camp.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah, it felt like 3 weeks. But I'll just say for Debo, I mean, the guy's played a lot of football, and he's very understanding of different coverages and routes. And, the guy is a pro, and he works hard. So for me, it's like I just go out there and try to communicate this is what I want versus this look versus this coverage. And he go out there and he puts in the work and he understands it.
And I know you've also talked about how, for you, getting to know the guys on the field is also meant getting to know them off the field and who they are and what they like. With Jalen Lane, same thing, looks like you've been building a chemistry. What have you kind of learned about him as a guy and that speed out on the field? How have you learned about that?
Yeah, the guy doesn't say a lot at all. So I think me and him kind of got that in common. I might talk a little bit more than him, but he's willing to learn. And, that's what you just want for people that are willing to continue to grow and want to develop and learn. So that's the biggest thing for sure.
Ja'Cory Krosky or Bill.
Yeah.
Do you call him Bill?
I do call him Bill.
Everybody calls him Bill?
That's Bill.
That's
Bill.
What do you think of him, just in what he's done on the field in the first week, and have you gotten to know him much off the field?
Yeah, I mean, just he's really good with his one cut and getting north and south and his vision. He's coming along, so I'm excited to see what he does coming forward versus, in different joint practices versus in preseason games, stuff like that. So I'm excited for him.
I know you watch a ton of ball. You've been around these guys a while now. Are there any guys that you start playing with and they're even better or just different from what you've seen on film?
Oh, you talking about like people that we
like
got?
Debo or Ertz or guys you've watched before?
They're even better than on film. I mean, LT, Vaughn, Debo. I mean, all the guys that we got. Just watching them on Sundays play for some time, and now watching them up close and personal, like you can see why Vaughn is going to be a Hall of Famer. You can see why LT is one of the top left tackles in the league. You can see why Debo was all pro. You just see those guys and those talents that they have.
Hey, Jayden. Since Terry's been back in the building, kind of what's been your level of communication with him? Like, what are you two able to accomplish now that he is back, at least like in the building?
Yeah, I mean, it's great having Terry back in the building, and we just communicate like a normal day. talk about ball, we talk about life. So I mean, nothing's changed at all.
I mean, and the last time you were in here, you talked about the great connection you guys formed last year. It's going to come back. That being said, it's 1 year you guys have had together. How important is it to you that he's able to get back on the field sooner than later to sort of continue to build on what you had last year?
I mean, I think it's super important for everybody. Just get as many rests as possible before the big show, the real thing is to happen. But I know the time will come, and till then, I mean, if that's us getting in the film room and watching film and just talking, that's other ways we could do it. But I mean, like I said, man, nothing's changed since Terry's been back in the building. When he was out of the building, we always talk. We talk ball, we talk life, and so nothing's changed at all.
Kind of after a bunch of plays, we've seen you and Bobby Wagner or you and Mikey Sanders still kind of talking trash to each other, having a little bit of fun. How much does that help with the competition in camp, kind of having that kind of relationship in the second year, kind of knowing those guys a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily talk trash. I mean, I challenge. Let's say that. Bobby. With Bobby, you trying to play a chess. It's a chess match. So he might make a call. I might make a call. So just understanding what he's doing and what he's trying to accomplish. But also, I also challenge Joe Witt too, a little bit. Just the competition. We're here to get better. We're here to push each other, so it could be the best version of ourselves come week 1.
Hey, Jayden, a lot's been made between year 1, year 2. Can you tell a difference after 7 training camp practices this year that it's night and day from a year ago?
Yeah, I think so. Just like I said, just being more comfortable on the offense, another year under my belt, under the system, and trying to understand what Cliff is calling, what we want to accomplish as an offense. And I got different tools in my tool belt, as Coach O.G. Johnson, Bobby Johnson would say, having tools in my tool belt to get to different protections, to get to different runs versus certain looks. So, yeah, most definitely night and day. Thank y'all.